Great evening to each and every one of you. Lakeisha McKnight is here. I want to welcome you to Leadership TKO, the Night Show via podcast. I am your senior host, Lakeisha McKnight. Remember, this podcast is just a small little piece of our primary station, which is Leadership TKO radio station, housed under the iLead company, where iLead stands for the International Leadership Education and Development Company. Okay, so welcome. Okay, welcome. So thank you so much for being here tonight and listening in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I know that there are so many of you from various countries all around the world who listen into this podcast and are connected to this radio station. So thank you so much for being connected. And I encourage you to remember our mission. Our mission here is to partner up with associations, with small businesses, with faith-based groups and universities to build winning leaders around the world. So thank you so much for being connected. What we're going to do before we dive into anything tonight is I am going to share on the primary social media platform that I use. I'm going to share on Facebook that I am now live and encourage people to listen in as I am speaking with you now. So I encourage you to do the same. Go ahead and share on social media and invite people to come on in. So I'm just putting, I am live on the podcast. Talking about wealth. Join in. So I am going to talk a little bit about the fall 2017 issue. So I am going to share a little bit of information about that tonight. So once again, I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you for tuning in and getting plugged in to what we have going on with this exciting radio station. God has truly blessed and opened up doors for us to touch lives in other places around the world. And I'm truly appreciative of this opportunity. So thank you for plugging in. I encourage you to visit our website to learn more about the Leadership TKO brand. And the website address is www.leadershiptko.com. That is indeed our website. So today has been Money Manifestation Mondays all over social media, wherever you are connected to us. We're primarily operating on Facebook because that's where we engage people a lot. But we do have accounts on YouTube, and we have an account on LinkedIn, as well as an account. I do have an account specifically on Instagram. So I know those are places where we do have accounts, but we hang out primarily on Facebook. So let's get connected there if we're not connected already. My Facebook URL is going to be added into the description area very soon tonight. It's right now 9:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're listening in tonight, remember, we're on an interactive platform, whether you're listening in now or you come back and you listen into the replay. It is an interactive platform, which means that you're able to chat, you're able to ask questions, you're able to provide comments in the chat feature. Indeed, yes. Also, if you find anything helpful or if you enjoyed anything that has been shared, you can hit the like button or the heart. It should be nearby, okay? Hit the heart button. Let us know that you've enjoyed what you've heard during this episode. So just remember, tonight is Money Manifestation Monday. During this podcast on Mondays, we talk a little bit about the Leadership TKO magazine, and we normally conclude with talking about this powerful campaign that we've been going strong with ever since the end of February. So that's the overview of what we're going to talk about tonight. So let's talk about the first item on the agenda. And the first item on the agenda, again, is talking about wealth, because we're helping leaders to gain wealth, to really learn to really manage what you do have so that you can obtain more to serve others. And this leads me to our topic that we've talked about on the timeline on Facebook, as well as on the blog, because Leadership TKO has a global blog. That link and the blog post that we've made on today will also be in the description area. We talked about the true path to wealth. That was our focus today, the true path. And on that blog message, we talked about 3 specific things, and then we transitioned to helping those who are believers to understand what is God's will for you as it pertains to wealth and money. So first, one of the tips that I shared on the blog post has a lot to do with being organized, having a plan in place. What are your motives when it comes to money? Because sometimes we want to get more, but we have no plan for it. What is the plan behind the money you want to get or the wealth you're trying to build? And understand what wealth truly means to you. Because what wealth means to you may be a bit different from myself or from another person. One of the things that I am going to share with you is that for those of you who are biblical scholars or you are a believer in Christ, in the Bible, the Hebrew translation for wealth in many instances has a lot to do with happiness and peace. It doesn't really allude to, in some cases, financial prosperity. Okay, because some people are going to be kind of well off and have the means to do a whole lot. And some people may not have as much, but it doesn't mean that they're not wealthy. And it doesn't mean that, that they're not going to truly live the way that has been destined for them to live. Okay, not everyone is going to be rich. Not everyone is going to be well off. That's just one of those facts of life. And we can see it every day. But getting back to that first tip, remember, you need to check your motives. What are you going to do with the money, whether it be revenue, dollars, dinero, baht, for those of you who may be in Thailand or a nearby area? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the francs for those of you who may be in Cameroon or Nigeria? What are you going to do with the wealth you obtain? How are you going to serve others? Because for those of you who are believers, you're meant to really serve other people with the wealth that you obtain, with what God blesses you with. So what are your intentions behind getting more money or getting wealth? So look at your intentions. The other tip I want to share with you is talk to you about budgeting. Budgeting. Really figure out what your expenses look like. What are you bringing in versus what's going out? Do you have so much going out that you're not really balancing off what's coming in? And so you're upside down and you have a little bit of a negative. That means you're leaking. That means you need to kind of think about either a way to bring in more money so that you can kind of balance things out and have a surplus and not a deficit. A deficit is when you're in the negative, you're red, you're bleeding. You have to try to find your way out. If you have a whole lot of debt, trying to, snowball your way out. Okay, that means paying on one debt, and when you finish that same payment, rolling it into the next debt that you have to pay off the next debt. These are just some tips and strategies I recommend. Now, I'm not a financial expert. Okay, I know these things for myself because I was once in debt too. Okay, everyone, there is debt. There's good debt and bad debt. You can leverage other people's money so that you can get to where you really want to go. So think about that for yourself as you're seeking to really go out there and attain wealth. Think about budgeting. Think about what's coming in versus what's going out. Because this is very, very important to take note of. Very, very important to take note of, okay? So consider that. Consider that for yourself as you're moving onward, as you're trying to make some conscious decisions for yourself. And also consider investing. Now, there are different ways that you can invest. There are, of course, stocks and bonds, the traditional type of way to invest. There's real estate that you can look into. But then there's also paper ways to invest, or precious metals like silver and gold. And some people have heard about this idea of Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin. And then there's also other types like crypto coins. I might be even saying it wrong, right? But there's various ways to invest. So think about and explore all of these options for yourself and see what's best for you. See which way God is leading you to double or triple what he's blessed you with. Because that's the whole concept of investing, not holding on to it and saving it so much to the point you're not doing anything with it. To be a wise manager of it, you want to double it. You want to triple it. So that's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about here when it comes to money, when it comes to wealth. You want to check out how you are able to double and triple the revenue and the money that you do have. So that's highly, highly important. Very, very, very important. All right. So apparently there may be some trouble with people connecting. Unfortunately, I cannot stop and redo. But hopefully everyone is able to get to the replay. Even if you couldn't get to this live version, you're able to get to the replay. So once again, I appreciate and I thank each and every one of you for listening in, even to this first portion of the podcast, which has a lot to do with, investing and attaining wealth. Now, the second part of the podcast has a lot to do with the magazine, okay? Has a lot to do with the magazine. We have a magazine that we started back in 2013. It started as Legacy in the Making magazine. But now it's Leadership TKO magazine, so that everything is aligned with the brand. And we're getting ready for the fall 2017 issue of the magazine. I do encourage each and every one of you to visit our website, which is actually leadershiptkomagazine.com. And the link is actually going to be posted in the description area so that you can learn more about the magazine. But we have ways in which, if you want to be on the cover of the winter issue, if you want a full page in the magazine or a spread in the magazine, which means left and right side inside of the magazine about your business, you're able to do that. You are able to do that. And so we invite you to learn more about the magazine and what it offers for you so that you can grow your brand visibility in not just the United States, but in other countries around the world. And then lastly, of course, we have this very special campaign going on. It's for women who want to declare to the world that they're born to lead. It's called the Born to Lead Global Women's Leadership Campaign. And a part of this campaign, we're actually releasing a book. And the book is called Leadership TKO for Women. And I invite you to visit our website to learn more about the book and more about the campaign. The website address is leadershiptko for FOR women.com. That's where you can learn more about this particular campaign. And it is global. It is in various countries around the world. And we're looking to bring the campaign into Nigeria this October. So I appreciate you all. Those of you who are going to get linked to the campaign and join the campaign because it's absolutely free. We thank you in advance for getting on board with the mission of what we are setting to accomplish in building female leaders across the globe with that campaign. Now, with that being said, I wish you very well in all of your endeavors, each and every person that's listening into this particular podcast. Thank you so much for being plugged in and being connected. We're coming back tomorrow, as tomorrow's focus is Authorship Tuesday, and we have so much to share for those of you who are current authors or aspiring authors. But until tomorrow, I do encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership.